Russia's top commander General Valery Gerasimov has been suspended, a top advisor to the Ukrainian president has claimed, while a clutch of other officers have been sacked or arrested amid a rumored purge of top brass. Alexei Arestovich, a veteran of military intelligence and one of President Zelensky's inner circle, claimed late Wednesday that Gerasimov, the chief of staff of the Russian army, has been suspended as Putin looks for senior commanders to blame over his blundering invasion of Ukraine.
Hey you dipping tobacco? You like your ritual, right? Well, just make it healthier with Jake's Mint Chew. Go to jakesmintchew.com now and change your life for the better. Jake's Mint Chew, calming, healthier, and made in America, just like you.
Arestovich, speaking to dissident Russian lawyer and politician Mark Fagin on YouTube last night, said, according to preliminary information, Gerasimov has been de facto suspended. They are deciding whether to give him time to fix things or not. He added, the commander of the 1st Tank Army of the Western Military District Lieutenant General Sergei Kissel has also been arrested and fired after the 1st Tank Army was defeated near Kharkov. 2 further army commanders have been fired due to heavy battlefield losses, according to information released on a Telegram channel run by the Ukrainian Interior Ministry, which also claimed the commander of the Black Sea Fleet has been sacked and arrested and his vice admiral has been placed under investigation. Arestovich stressed that his information is preliminary, but it comes after Gerasimov failed to appear during Russia's Victory Day parade in Moscow on Monday, which he was widely expected to attend. It also comes after he was reportedly wounded by shrapnel in Ukraine when Putin sent him there in order to turn the war around. Putin's army, once championed as the world's second best, has been handed a series of humiliating battlefield defeats in just 2 months of fighting in Ukraine that has seen more than 10,000 troops killed, hundreds of tanks destroyed, its Black Sea flagship sunk and Russia's international standing trashed. Just yesterday, it was revealed that Russian troops were massacred while trying to cross a river in the Donbas after Ukraine discovered their sneak attack and unleashed an artillery barrage that destroyed at least 58 vehicles. After the failure in Ukraine, repressions and purges in the Russian army, a post from the Find Your Own Telegram feed run by Kyiv's Interior Ministry said late yesterday. The commander of the Black Sea Fleet, Admiral Igor Osipov, was removed from his post and arrested. There are investigative actions in relation to First Deputy Commander of the Fleet, Vice Admiral Sergei Pinchuk. Due to the large losses of personnel, weapons, and military equipment, Russia fired Commander of the 6th Army, Lieutenant General Vladislav Urshov, Commander of the Tank Army of the Western Military District, Lieutenant General Sergei Kissel and one of the deputy commanders. Also Commander of the 22nd Army Corps of the Southern Military District, Major General Arkady Marzov. If confirmed, it would mark the largest purge of senior military commanders during the conflict so far and represent a tacit admission by Putin that the invasion has largely been a failure. Despite being forced to retreat from Kyiv in the first phase of the war and failing to make a breakthrough in the Donbas in the second, Putin has continued to insist that his military is achieving all of its targets on time and in accordance to the plan, statements echoed by his lapdog officials and puppet propagandists. But the goals have continued to change. Initially, the aim was to seize Kyiv in a rapid attack designed to topple the government and install a puppet regime, revealed by a Russia state media article that was mistakenly published just days after the war started, which preemptively declared victory. Once it became clear that Russia lacked the manpower to take Kyiv, it retreated, but generals claimed that had been the goal all along. Kyiv, they said, had now been demilitarized, which would allow them to focus all of their efforts on liberating Donbas, a region in the east that Putin has declared to be independent. But Russia has yet to make any significant gains on this front, even in Mariupol, the heavily besieged southern city, where Ukrainian troops are holed up in a huge steel works, instead inching forward in a hugely bloody advance that is draining both men and resources. Putin was thought to have ordered his generals to produce a victory for him to brag about during Monday's Victory Day parade in Moscow. In the end, he simply avoided the topic of victory in Ukraine altogether, saying simply that troops were fighting for our people in Donbas, for the security of our motherland, for Russia. He also made no mention of officially declaring war on Ukraine, a move that many had feared because it could lead to a full mobilization of Russia's military reserves or a general conscription, with new recruits poured onto the battlefield in an attempt to achieve victory at any cost. It could indicate little more than unrealized hype built around a day that, by its nature, is heavy on symbolism but light on action. Or, viewed another way, it could indicate a change of thinking within the Kremlin and perhaps the start of a climb down after months of saber rattling. Aside from its battlefield defeats, Russia has been hammered economically and politically over the war, sliding into the worst recession for 3 decades as a result of lost trade and sanctions pressure, while also being isolated on the world stage. Backing from Beijing for the invasion, which seemed almost certain before the fighting broke out, has been half-hearted. Chinese state media has pushed Russian narratives about the world, but its diplomats have also vocally supported Ukrainian sovereignty and abstained from key votes at the UN. And, on Thursday, Finland's Prime Minister and President took the much-anticipated step of saying they are in favor of joining NATO with a formal application expected within days. It comes after Britain and America gave the country guarantees to come to its defense if Russia attacks before membership is ratified. The move is likely to prompt Sweden, which shares an exposed coast and border with Finland, to follow suit, putting an end to decades of neutrality. Russia's foreign ministry warned the country would take retaliatory military technical steps and said the move would inflict serious damage to the Russian-Finnish relations as well as stability and security in Northern Europe. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.